Hey guys, and welcome to Prenatal Yoga and Pregnancy Q&A with Jessica. Today we're going to be doing a prenatal yoga class specifically designed for beginners or mamas-to-be who possibly don't have any experience doing yoga before. I like to think of yoga as a movement or an exercise that's specifically designed for our bodies. So unlike a sport which may have another goal, yoga really has the only goal of making our bodies feel great, feel strong, feel flexible, and provide us with energy, and prenatal yoga to help with some of those regular aches and pains that we do get in pregnancy, as well as help prepare us for labor. So I am currently 17 weeks with my third pregnancy, and so I have previously had 2 great labors, and a lot of that I really attribute to the prenatal yoga that I did and the labor preparations that I did, so I wanted to share that with you. So make sure that you've checked with your doctor that prenatal yoga is safe for you to do. It is safe for most women, even if you haven't done it before. And also listen to your body. If something feels painful or uncomfortable, or you just don't feel well, then hold back or stop and do whatever you need to do to make sure that you feel safe. All right, let's get started. First, we're going to start with some half Sun Salutations and some movement into some birthing squats. I'm just going to put my block over there. So we can come to the top of your mat, and we're going to take our feet about the distance of our toes are the distance of our mat so that we can do some squats. We can bring our hands up to our heart center and inhale up. And fold all the way forward with a lengthened spine. Place your hands on your shins and lengthen, come halfway up. And now bend your knees slightly and just let your body flop over, lengthening out your spine. And slowly roll up, back up to a standing position, and bring your hands back to heart center. And deep inhale up. And now we're going to stick out our tailbones, bend our knees, and come into a squat. You can stop wherever is comfortable for you, or you can go all the way into a birthing squat down here. If your heels come off, that's okay. We'll hang out here. Take a deep breath. And inhale, coming up. And exhale. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, folding forward and placing your hands on your shins. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bending your knees, relaxing your body over. And inhale, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Bringing your hands up to heart center. Inhale up and into another birthing squat, looking up at your thumbs and sticking your tailbone out as if you're sitting in a chair and coming to wherever is comfortable for you, or all the way down. And inhale, exhale, inhale up and exhale. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, fold all the way forward, lengthen spine, dropping your head at the bottom. Lengthen your spine, look up, and exhale, bending your knees, folding over your legs. And rolling up one vertebra at a time. And we'll do one more birthing squat. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, moving into your squat. And we'll take one breath here. Inhale up. And relaxing your shoulders, exhale. Perfect. So now we move into Warrior One. So we're going to take our left leg, take a big step back. Our hips are facing towards the front. We can bend that front leg, Our back leg is straight, and bring our hands up. Gaze is slightly up at the top corner in front of you of the room. And breathe. We'll take 5 breaths here. Spread your fingers and your toes. Get that outer edge of your back foot pressed into your mat. Core is engaged, hugging that baby in towards your spine. And one more breath here. And straighten that front leg. You can bring your hands down. We're going to move our back leg in just a little bit, face our hips towards the side of our mat, and we'll move into Trikonasana or triangle pose. So arms can come out to the side, reach towards the front of the room, drop that hand in front of your shin, and your left arm goes up towards the ceiling. Tuck your chin, and then you can twist looking up at your hand. And breathe. And one more breath here. Good, and we will inhale up. And lengthen your stance a little bit. Bring that back foot parallel and bend that front leg into Warrior Two. Shoulders are relaxed down your back. Soft gaze out over your middle finger. Toes are spread. Weight spread evenly between your different corners of your feet. And one more breath here. And we'll bring that left arm down and take a little stretch. Stretching out our ribs, making lots of space for the baby. There's no weight on this hand. It's just gently resting there. No pressure on the knee. And inhale, coming up. And you can step up to the front of your mat, and we will switch sides. So I'm going to hop over here, so I'm not facing the back of you. And we will step back with our right leg into Warrior One. So bending that front knee, taking our hands up, hips are facing towards the front of our mat. Back edge of our foot is pressed into the mat. And one more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Straightening that front leg and bringing our hands down, turning our hips to face the side of our mat and arms out for triangle pose, reaching forward, dropping that front hand, tucking our chin for lots of length in our spine, and breathe. One more breath here. And inhale up. Good. And we will now widen our stance a little bit. Back foot perpendicular and Warrior Two. Shoulder blades are relaxed down our back. Body is centered between our two legs, not too far forward or too far back. And on the next inhale, bringing your right hand down and stretching up and over Gentle side stretch here. And inhaling, coming up. We're now going to face the sides of our mat. You're going to point your toes out and we'll come into goddess pose. So we'll put our hands up, and as we bend our knees, bend our elbows, and we're going to hold here. Deep breaths, activate the muscles of your legs, your core. Relax your toes, spread your feet. And one more breath here. And inhale up, arms down. And we can now step our feet together. So now we're going to move into tree pose. So if you wanted to grab a chair, or if you wanted to put your hand on a wall for balance, you can. Or if you're okay, you can take your right foot and you can put it on your ankle, or if you're comfortable, you can put it on your calf, or you can either place it on your thigh, anywhere but not putting pressure on your knee. Bring your hands up and breathe. Push your leg in towards your thigh. Activate your core. Inhale your arms up. Relax your foot. Good, and one more breath here. And coming down. Perfect, and we will switch sides. Shake it out, spread your toes, and bring your left foot up to wherever is comfortable for you. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a breath here. Find your balance. Hips are facing towards the front. And when you're ready, arms coming up. And one more breath here. Inhale. And bringing your hands back down and feet back down as well. Inhale your arms up. We'll move into a half moon balance here. So tipping over to your right side, using your core muscles. One more breath here and tip up. And we'll just tip over to the other side. So gently activating our core muscles without separating them. And one more breath here. Inhale up, and we'll do both sides once more. Gently tipping over, lifting, reaching those hands up towards the top corner of the room. Inhale up. And reaching those hands up and away towards that other top corner. Inhale up and bring your hands back to heart center and down. Now we're going to do some birthing squats to help prepare for labor. So I'm actually going to grab another blanket here and I'm going to put it down on my mat. So this is going to go under. We're going to be hanging out in the squat for a while, and so this can actually go under my heels. So I'm just going to step on the blanket, or you could roll up another yoga mat, and we will take our hands to heart center. Feet are fairly wide apart because we're going to be going down into that full squat. Deep inhale in, and exhale down into your birthing squat here. While we're hanging out in our birthing squat today, I thought that I would bring out my yoga cards. Instead of doing it at the end of the class, we could all pick a yoga card during our birthing squat just to kill some time. So I have them right here. So the yoga cards are the inspiration of the day. I guess the brand name is Angel Cards. So I will go ahead and spread them out in front of me. I have no idea what I'm going to get. So while you are hanging out here, again, feel free to move around. This is so good for opening up our hips. That hormone relaxin is relaxing our tendons and our ligaments, making sure that our hips are going to be able to open up and have some extra room to squeeze that baby out. There is a famous midwife. Her name is Ina May Gaskin, and she has a book, Ina May Gaskin's Guide to Childbirth, and I really love the book. It's got 2 chapters, so the first part was a little bit woo-woo for me, but the second part I found really helpful, especially if you're planning on having a natural childbirth. So if you're interested, you could go and check that book out. I will put the name of that book in the description below, so you can go and look that up later. So now we can pick a card here. So I will pick this one, and it is play. So to me, when I think of play, I think definitely being a mom and being an entrepreneur, and our lives are so busy that sometimes we don't take enough time to play. So I have been trying to schedule in play more often. I think it's important to have fun in our life, and especially in terms of my productivity and sort of my enjoyment of life. If I'm scheduling in that playtime, not only am I enjoying life more, but I'm actually more productive during the times that I am working. So let me know in the comments what play, that word of inspiration, means to you, and we'll take a couple more deep breaths here. And one more breath. Perfect. All right, so we can come out of the pose, inhale, and we are actually going to put our hands in front of us, and we're going to move down into our seated position, so you can bring your knees down to the ground. I'm going to put my blanket aside for now. So now we can move into our seated positions into butterfly pose. So we'll bring our soles of our feet together and our knees apart. If your knees are up here, that's absolutely fine. We're going to try to think about opening up our feet as if we're opening up the pages of a book. So relaxing our knees as much as we can, finding lots of length in our spine, tucking our chin. We can bring our hands to our ankles and inhale in. And first we're going to keep a lengthened spine and just tip a little bit forward. And deep breath here. And an exhale coming up. And now we're going to round our back and think of bringing the top of our head down towards our feet, just as far as is comfortable for you. You can relax your neck, relax your shoulders. Take some deep breaths here. And one more breath here. And we're going to inhale up. Perfect. And now we can take our feet out into wide leg forward fold. Again, it doesn't matter whether your feet are here or if you're really flexible and they're a little bit farther apart. I like to give myself a little bit of a boost, and then you can take your hands out in front, and you can either stay here or you can walk your hands forward if that feels good to you. You want to make sure that your knees are facing up towards the ceiling, your toes and your feet are flexed and facing up towards the ceiling, so you're not letting your feet roll in. And we're just going to breathe wherever is comfortable for you. And we can walk our hands over to one side if that feels good. Take some more deep breaths. And go ahead and you can walk your hands over towards the other side. Try and find length in your spine so you're not collapsing over your leg. And you can come back towards a centered position and walk yourself up. And you can take in one foot, inhale, arms up, and placing one hand on the leg, just a gentle stretch over to the side. And one more breath here. And inhale, coming back up. And just switch legs, stretching that leg out, bringing your other leg in. You can put one hand on your leg and gentle stretch up and over and breathe. The foot is still flexed and activated. And inhale up. Great. So now you can bring your feet together. We're going to move into hands and knees very quickly and up into a downward dog position. And from here, you're going to bring your right leg and just slowly step it around towards your hands. So you've got lots of space for your belly. We're going to put our left knee down. You can relax your foot. And you can either stay here or you can take your hands now up onto your knee and just pressing in for a hip flexor stretch here. And breathe. One more breath here. And bringing those hands down and slowly just walking that foot back, pressing back up to a downward dog. And again, now bringing the other foot out and around, placing that back knee down. And you can either stay here or bring your hands up and you can really get into that hip flexor there, and we'll take a few breaths here. And one more breath. And good. Placing your hands back down and just walking that foot back. Take your knees as wide as your mat, feet together. And inhale up, and then we'll fold forward for an easy child's pose. Lots of space between your belly there. One more breath here. Fingers are spread, hands are pressing into your mat, and slowly coming up. And we will actually move ourselves onto our backs now for a bridge pose. So you can go on your side and lower yourself down and rolling over onto your back. We're not going to stay here. I'm just going to move my hair clip up a little bit and bring your heels in towards your bum, and you're going to lift your bum up, pressing your hands into the ground, pressing your feet into a bridge position. You can roll your shoulders underneath here and rolling your shoulders out and coming down. And on an inhale, pressing up, taking your shoulders underneath you. And we're going to do some Kegels here. So we're going to squeeze those Kegel muscles, and we're going to do 10 of them. So Kegel in, also using your glutes and your core, and out. And Kegel in, and out. 8 more, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Release and take your shoulders out from underneath you and roll down. Bring your legs into your chest wide and tip over to the side as is comfortable. We're going to bring our arm up here and we're going to do some clamps. So this is going to help you for preparing for actually giving birth. A lot of women end up giving birth on their side and they're holding that leg up. So we're going to keep our toes together and we're going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Perfect. All right, so we can actually push up, so we're not using our core muscles there. We can switch to the other side and gently make our way down. 4 on the other side, and 10, 9, 8 more, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Awesome. Perfect. So now we are going to move into Shavasana, and we're just going to integrate all of the poses that we did today, let our bodies relax, and really let go of any stress and tension that we have. So I'm going to grab 2 pillows here, one for under my knee and one for my head. So I'll place my one for my head there, and I've got one for under my knee. And again, just gently letting yourself down. And you can lengthen out your bottom leg, place your top knee on a pillow, and just fully relax here. You can place your hand on your belly and connect with your baby. Shut your eyes. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Just scan your body and try to relax the different parts of your body. Relax the muscles of your face, your fingers, and your toes. Just watch your breath. It's important to take time in pregnancy to rest. Your body is working hard, growing a baby. And when you're ready, wiggling your fingers and toes, you can stretch up in either direction, and bringing your hand down. You can push up into a seated position, whatever seated position is comfortable for you. Namaste to you, and namaste to the babies. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. See you next time.